to this week's episode of Rollin' with the Hills. We are in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, or we are headed towards Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We are boondocking for one more night.
Yeah, we spent the past 2 nights boondocking right outside of the Tetons in the Grand Teton National Forest.
Which we can see that.
Yeah, we can see the beautiful Teton Mountains from our campsite, but spent the last 2 nights there working. We really haven't. We've laid low. We really haven't done much content, anything else but catching up on life. So today we're finally getting out of the RV.
We're headed into Jackson Hole and I'm so excited. And you know, sometimes you just have to do that. You have to buckle down, sit in front of the computer all day, get as much done as you can, because for the next few days we just want to get out and explore and see as much of these stunning Teton Mountains as possible. And today we are starting off with the Jackson Hole Farmers Market, which I've heard great reviews about. I'm really excited to go pick up some local produce, hopefully some meat, and we're going to bring you guys along. And we really encourage you, when you're doing your travels, to go check out these farmers markets as well. You're supporting local farmers, and honestly it's just a great way to get out into the community and meet some locals. Farmers market was stellar, 10 out of 10. We got lots of meat. We were a little late for the produce and for the sourdough bread. We did get 2 loaves of sourdough bread, but it wasn't like the original. So we're excited to come back next Saturday. But then we immediately walked over to Lee's Tees to check out their sweatshirts and t-shirts. It's the best place to get t-shirts and stuff in Jackson Hole. Definitely found one that I want, but I'm gonna wait since we're here for 3 weeks. So I'm gonna wait until towards the end of our trip just to make sure there's nothing else that I want. And then we immediately walked over to Cowboy Coffee, which is like our favorite coffee shop in Jackson Hole. There's also Snake River Roasting, which we really like, but Cowboy Coffee has a blended coffee called the Wild Tribe out of banana. Delicious.
Not a bad day.
So good. So freaking good. So that's the spot that we've been boondocking for the last few nights, and we've absolutely loved it. We've got some stellar sunset videos that we'll have after this that we got on the first night. It was absolutely...
Best sunset we've probably seen this entire trip, honestly.
Literally couldn't have been a better welcome to the Tetons. It was like, hey, we're glad you're back. Here's the most incredible sunset you've seen in 6 months. So
we're on Forest Service Road 3310. So it's right off of it's in the Grand Teton National Forest, but it's a beautiful little spot. Ton of boondocking pull-offs, ton of from car campers to tent campers to our big old RV. Plenty of space for kind of everybody, but there's some insane viewpoints that you got to get here early for.
Yeah, great boondocking spot, but what Blake has learned, he's the one who plans all of our camp spots. There's not much boondocking around here, so this is a very popular spot, and it's gotten very busy. So if you're planning to come boondock over here, definitely get here earlier in the day, and probably before Thursday, definitely before Friday.
Yes.
Hello and happy Sunday. We are leaving the boondocking spot and we are headed to a campground for the next, what is it, week?
Yeah, a little bit longer than a week.
A little longer than a week, which we are really excited about. We absolutely loved this boondocking spot. We met some awesome friends. We sat around a campfire 3 nights in a row with friends that we met camping and just had a great time. But we are ready for some hookups. We are completely out of water. Our tanks are almost full. We want long showers, just the whole thing. So we are headed down the road about an hour, and we're excited for some good views, and we'll show you guys those along the way. Driving to our next campground, I wanted to fill you guys in on why we love Jackson Hole so much. So we were here almost a year ago to the day for one of my best friend's wedding. She was getting married in Utah, but we decided before her wedding to come up early, and we spent a week in Jackson Hole and just absolutely fell in love with it. We fell in love with the Tetons. That's really where my passion for hiking started, because we hiked to Delta Lake, which was just a life-changing hike for me. And we love the Western culture, the atmosphere, just the whole vibe of Jackson Hole. And when we got back home to Charleston, I joke all the time that I thought Blake was going to take my mouth shut because I would not shut up about Jackson Hole. I wouldn't shut up about the Tetons. I mean, I was working for myself then too, but I was just sitting in my office day after day, and I was like, I'm not happy here. Like, I just want to go back out west. I want to be back at the Tetons. So to be here a year, almost a year later to the day, is just very, I guess, special for us. And then that's kind of how this whole RV lifestyle started, this whole idea, because we got back home and Blake was like, I'm just gonna apply to 1,000 jobs and see if anything lands. And then that's when we decided to take our whole content creation thing like on the road and just do that full time. So it's very special being back here. If you've never been to the Tetons, we highly recommend coming to visit. I just think that they are magical. When you're around them, they are so healing. We just got to our new campground. Blake is setting up all of our hookups right now, and I'm gonna go inside and get things cleaned up. We are also starving, so we need to make something to eat. But I think we're gonna like this spot. We're a lot closer to town and the Teton Village, so we can't wait to go explore.
Well, we are currently sitting in line at the entrance to Grand Teton National Park. We are headed to hike Delta Lake, which is
the best hike ever. We did it last year and I'm obsessed with it, so I'm making Blake do it again.
We're doing a hike again, which I'm not a big fan of, but this hike was truly that incredible last year. It's got a lot of sentimental value, I guess I could say, to us as well.
Truly
It's just
changed my life, is what he's trying to say, because I was not a hiker before. I was literally so scared to hike this last year, and now I'm about to do it again, and I know I'm going to be way more confident because this guy's taught me so much about hiking. So I'm kind of going back because I want to prove to myself that I can do it better.
But it's a hell of a hike. It's about 7.5, 8 miles round trip. The last half mile are just complete crawling. Like, you are just hands and knees crawling. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to get our ass kicked, there's no doubt about it, but truly excited to go on this hike. It's just got a lot of meaning behind it. So going to take y'all along with us, and let's look at this view because it also doesn't suck. The Tetons, the greatest mountains in the world.
To about a 7.5 mile hike, and it's definitely all coming back to us from last year. How you feeling?
Good. It's about to suck though. It starts off easy. First mile's easy. I know we got switchbacks coming. Like, knowing what I have coming makes this like kind of more miserable, but I know the end is worth it. But yeah, we're good at the moment.
Come on, let's go see what we got. That is where we are headed. We got a long ways to get there.
I feel like all I'm missing is Miley Cyrus singing "It's a Climb"
It's
to me,
climb.
Right?
Mile 2. I'm very out of breath.
We're here.
It's still gonna be worth it though.
Maybe.
I got a few more miles to go.
Well, 3 miles in, and it's just as hard of a 3 miles as it was last year. So taking a little breather before the last push, which is the worst part of it, the last like half mile. So catching our breath. It's about to suck.
He doesn't sound very excited, but honestly, I can't wait. I was so scared last year, and this year I'm like, bring it on.
I'm just ready to get there.
Our wildlife spotting of the day. This is when you get to the fun part of the trail, and I'll show you guys the rocks in a minute. Are you prepared for this? This is not a maintained trail. This is exactly what I hated last year. We're gonna see how I do this year.
How do you feel, man?
I'm dying.
This last half mile's hell. Well, trip number 2.
It definitely feels better to be back. I definitely cried when I got up here because a lot has changed since this time last year, just in life and also with my skill level of hiking. I fell in love with hiking for this hike last year, and I mean, I killed it getting up, to be honest. Last year I was like in tears from being scared, and this year Blake told me to like slow down a little, so feels good to be back.
Look at this.
Just incredible.
Well, we knew that we hiked this last year, like very close to the same day, but we just realized from looking back in our phones that we hiked this a year ago tomorrow. So pretty surreal that we almost came up on the exact same date. It is just
completely unplanned.
Completely unplanned.
Like, we had this whole trip across the country, and it just lines up that we're freaking here the exact same day that we were here last year. It's just so surreal, so wild. Life's incredible.
And there goes the last people that were up here, and we are now at Delta Lake all by ourselves. It's about 6 p.m. That most definitely did not suck. That was the largest deer we've ever seen in our entire lives.
I
And
grew
the
up hunting.
Antlers,
That was insane. That was the biggest deer I've ever seen.
the antlers on that
He could have
thing.
cared less too.
Couldn't care less.
We were probably 10 feet from him walking down the trail and had to walk past him. So I wanted to walk past him before we realized we were there, but he could have cared less.
We probably both have 100 photos of them too, so
No
we need to
memory
now
card,
get down
so no
this.
sunset photos.
Yeah,
like
no
that.
more space on the memory card for the camera, so we need to get down this mountain.
It might be 8 o'clock and we still have an hour drive home. Thankfully dinner's on the stove or on our crock pot, so we just have to turn it on and warm it up. But I think it's worth it. Well, I might have made a oopsie. I forgot our headlamps and it's getting dark. We still have about 2 miles left. It's 8:20 and sunset's at 8:35, I think. So yeah, we're pushing it down the hill, so getting a little spicy. Well,
My knees hurt.
we might be hiking in the dark, but I think I've got this so low that you can see the sunset, or at least the clouds behind us. That part doesn't suck. Here's the hike down. So, might have forgot the headlamps. Didn't forget the sunset. The woods are coming alive. Don't know if y'all can hear them. Coyotes or wolves. I'm not sure which one. Probably wolves. Going crazy.
Well, we just barely made it before
Pit start.
before I can't even think. I'm so tired. We just ran down that mountain so fast, but we saw a deer at the end that scared the crap out of us
It was
because
10 feet from us before
Yeah.
we saw it.
and I think I like subconsciously saw it, but I didn't really know what it was. But we
Susan.
made it back. We're headed back to the RV to go get the boys and go get some dinner. Hello friends, we are very excited because we are pulling into Turpin Ranch here soon. We are hanging out with them literally for the day. We're starting off with horseback riding, which is exactly what I've been wanting to do for the past 6 months. I'm so excited. And then we are also getting in fly fishing with them.
Which I've been wanting to do for the past 6 months. So
This
somebody
guy's
can help me
excited.
learn a little bit more about fly fishing and how to get better at it. So really cool that that's something that a sport that people are willing to help teach you in. Doesn't always happen in outdoor activities, so I'm pumped to go fly fishing.
We were talking about that yesterday on our hike. We were like, how cool is it that we've picked up this hobby and we need a little help, we need a little guidance to kind of figure out what we're doing, and we're gonna go with a guide today. So we're very excited to do that. We're gonna bring you guys along. We actually came out to Turpin Ranch last year and we rented side-by-sides and we had a blast.
We froze our butts off. Morgan
I
wore
was-
socks as mittens.
Yeah, I had his hawks as mittens. I was like literally wearing everything we find in the car, clothing wise. It was totally took us by surprise, but we were out here much earlier in the morning. It's a little warmer today than it was last year, so we're gonna bring you guys along, but we're really excited for today, and we know we're gonna get into a lot of fun. hungry?
Very.
Oh, there's a fish that ties down. Oh, he refused. Did you see that? Did you see him refuse?
He literally went wailed on me.
Yeah. Give him one more try. If he doesn't take it, we'll switch flies. There, right? Like, he's still there eating. We didn't scare him. Okay, we got a couple good drifts at him. He came and looked at it.
I didn't smack the water and spook him out.
Yeah.
Finishing up our day at Turpin Ranch, we had a great time. Didn't catch any fish this time, but we learned so much that I think we're very excited to go back out.
Ready to go fishing now. Horseback riding was good. Lunch was the best.
Delicious, delicious meal.
So now
10 out of 10 would highly recommend a day on the ranch. Not sure you can see, but there's a bull moose back there. Incredible antlers. There's now 2 moose over there. Then we drove just a little bit down the road and we found just a few elk as well. We are headed out for a little bit of a date night, which we are excited about because we spent the last 2 days pretty much in front of the computer. So y'all haven't missed much.
boring.
Yeah, a little boring, but that's just part of the job. And we are going to Music on Main in Victor, Idaho. It's actually the last one, so we're excited to catch this. But apparently it's a lot of fun. Live music, food trucks, drinks. What else?
I need some food.
And a beer.
Oh yeah, that 3.
What'd you get?
I don't know, but I should have gotten those tacos because they look good.
Listen up here, cause it's us here to say, hey, what? Have a good time. Let's have some fun.
Date night. And we're at the Teton Valley Rodeo. Hometown Rodeo. Yeah, Jackson Hole sold out. So if you go to Jackson Hole, get your tickets in advance. But we're lucky that we found a Drake's Idaho Rodeo, and it's the last night of the season. So see what we can get into.
Come on, Eli. It's looking good. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for first qualified. Oh man.
I am so excited. It is Saturday morning, and there is no better way to start off your Saturday than with a farmer's market, especially the Jackson Hole Farmer's Market. We loaded up last week and we are in dire need of some groceries. So we are doing the same thing we did last Saturday, headed to the farmer's market, going to get as much as we possibly can local, and then I think we're gonna head to Whole Foods and get some groceries as well. We had quite a long work week this week, so we are gonna continue this week's travel vlog until we leave the campground that we're at right now. We're really excited though. We're hoping today to go maybe float in, which lake? String Lake?
String Lake.
String Lake, I think is what we're doing. And we have the boys with us too. We thought last week that you couldn't bring the dogs to the farmer's market, but we saw lots and
Every dog in
lots of dogs.
all of Jackson Hole was
Yeah.
there, so.
We felt really bad we didn't bring ours. So we're getting the boys out of the house. We're gonna go get some errands run. And then hopefully
I need to
have
find
ourselves a day.
Crocs.
Yeah, we need some water shoes. Blake had one floating on a river. So stay tuned for that.
Important things in life. I need Crocs.
We'll see what we get into today. Jackson Hole, obviously everyone wants to go get a cowboy hat, and we came to Beaver Creek Hats and Leather last year and absolutely loved it. Found great cowboy hats for a decent price as well. I'm gonna go in here and hopefully convince Blake to let me get it. What you got?
Breakfast sandwich. That's insane. I haven't even gotten to the bison part, but it's already good.
I did the breakfast burrito. It's got bison, sausage, and bacon on it. Potatoes, black beans, comes with salsa. It is delicious.
Not mad about this brekkie.
All right, we've hit the farmer's market. We have gotten some brunch, and then we are now about to hit a vintage market that could be very dangerous for my bank account before we head over to the grocery store. Lots of vendors over here, so excited to see what I can find. having what I like to call a Morgan day today because Blake's taking me around the park. We did this last year and I had so much fun. We were doing a content day and we are starting off at Mormon Row. So we're going to bring you guys along as much as we can, but our hands are going to be full for the most part today. Well, his are with all of the cameras. So we've done this 2 years in a row now where you drive around the national park and you hit all of like the sightseeing spots. So I'm gonna put a map on the screen for you guys, or a list to show you kind of like the best way to go about this. Right now we are headed up to Glacier Point. Glacier View. Absolutely stunning view of We found some friends of the day. There's a little guy. There's so many of them.
Flies must be bad today.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I do want to be very clear that we are in the car, literally on the road, and the bison are right there next to us. You were supposed to stay a safe distance from these animals. Do not try to pet the bison, that's what they say.
Yeah, you
Don't.
can. You can pet them. Go
No,
pet them, guys.
do not approach the bison. But it is really cool when you get stuck in a bison traffic jam because they are so close to you. Just stay in the car. Ooh, there you are. We stopped by the Jenny Lake Visitor Center, so I already got my passport booked stamp, but apparently there's another one in the park. So we are about to go into another visitor center to see if we can find it, but if you go to the Jenny Lake one, you do have to ask for the passport stamp, the Grand Teton passport stamp. They've got the date stamp out. You have to ask for the passport stamp behind the register. I'm starting to pick up on these things and I'm letting you guys know because I don't want you to miss them. Hello, we are spending our Monday paddleboarding in the Tetons. We are so excited. We are headed out to String Lake. We've got inflatable paddle boards that we just pumped up. Let me tell you, that is a workout to do. Blake is headed back now, so we are loading up our bags and we are going to hit the paddle boards and go see what we can find. And I think he might even try to finish. Having the time of his life.
Just tell them about how fun the day has been.
We are officially on String Lake. Paddleboarding is quite an adventure to get here if you don't do the research beforehand, which is probably a little bit of our fault, but we're here to let you know what you need to do.
Got nickel and dime by the national park, and the dude checking. You've got to get your paddle boards or any boats like certified, which I understand, so you don't bring bacteria and stuff into these lakes. Get it. Buddy goes, hey, you need a permit. Okay, how much is it? $25 a piece. Well, that'd be cool to have on a sign or somewhere that you know.
Before you get here.
Yeah. Then he says you can buy it at the visitor centers. Centers, multiples, plurals. I think that's right.
So we go to the Jenny Lake Visitor Center, and you in fact cannot get a permit at the Jenny Lake Visitor Center. You can only get, there's two places. There's two visitor centers, which I'll put on the screen because I don't even know.
Jenny Lake's in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Like inside of the park. That visitor center's which is right near the lake that we're at. So we're like, yeah, we'll go to that one. Drove 20 minutes to that one.
The visitor center that you can actually get a permit from is where it's like right next to where you get your boat checked, or your watercraft checked. So a little frustrating. And then you also have to get like a decal from the Wyoming Game and Fish website. It's just this whole fiasco. So at the end of the day, we were trying to have a fun free day.
An hour ago.
Like 2
Longer,
hours ago,
yeah.
I think, and it cost us $70 to be able to come paddleboard on the lake. But the permit is good for the year, so we're here for a little while longer, and hopefully we'll get the chance to come paddleboard again because this is absolutely stunning. And I'm gonna shut up so I can turn this around and show you guys what I'm looking at. Bye, Blake. Hope you find your dad.
In typical Jackson Hole fashion, green clouds. What do you think about that one, my queen?
I can't complain. It's too pretty out here. I love it.
Hopefully it's just a little scattered storm that misses us, but this is insane.
I decided that I wanted to relax, so I hired a driver for the rest of the day.
Unpaid driver. Not for YouTube purposes. So we're sitting here tied up because it wanted to start raining, Buddy, relax. I literally just set this
Caught
in
a
the water.
fish!
Just set it right in the water.
Well, we are now fishing on top of the rock. But I just wanted to show you guys
Hang out at his house.
what we're looking at here. Blake has his paddle wedged in between this massive rock in the middle of the lake, tied with modal straps right there, and then I'm connected to him. What do they say? You're like MacGyver. My dad would be so proud that I can do that. 10 out of 10. Highly
Paddleboarding
recommend.
wasn't bad, other than the fact that I fished on top of a rock for 20 minutes and only caught one fish, but
How
I
many
was
fish could you see?
100. Enough to make you really, really mad that you couldn't catch any fish, that's
was
for
so
sure.
bad.
But they weren't hitting the water or anything, so
They're smart.
I don't think it's their first time seeing
Yeah.
a little fly. But, not a bad day when your backdrop is this. So I think we're off to Dornan's Pizza.
Yes, we're going to get pizza. Apparently they have an incredible view, and hopefully we're going to make it there for sunset. I am so excited to go try this place.
Pizza night, let's go. Sitting at the bar waiting on our pizza, and I looked outside, saw this sunset happening behind us, but we really came for this sunset, but hasn't really happened for us yet. But the other side of it, incredible.
Well, dinner was amazing. Pizza was spectacular. I'm sorry that I'm not showing you just the best footage of it because I was so hungry that I completely forgot to film it. I did, what were they called? Do you remember what they were called, the pizzas?
I got a meat lover's pizza, and then we got a pineapple.
Canadian bacon. It was absolutely fire.
Pineapple does belong on pizza in this
Yeah,
house.
pineapple and bacon, so good. If you come to the park, we highly suggest going to Dornan's. It's very interesting too. We actually asked who owned it because I love to learn about different things when we're in national parks. I think all of the history around national parks and the structures and who owns them, I think it's also interesting. And the Dornans own Dornans.
It's a family.
It's a family.
Yeah.
Homestead family, and they've owned the land since 1912. It was part of the Homestead Act, and they don't pay rent on the land, which is so wild. They own it outright, and I have to go learn more about this because I just think that it is so interesting. But awesome. I mean, the service was great. The bartenders were awesome. We sat at the bar and just absolutely loved the view. So if you come to the park, highly suggest doing that. Maybe after a paddleboarding day like we did, or maybe after a hike, but don't miss out on it. The kitchen does close at 8 o'clock, which we got there 5 minutes before. Thank God we got some pizza, so keep that in mind. Well, hopefully you can see me. It is about 5 a.m. and I was just telling Blake, I am in fact not a morning person unless it involves Christmas or a sunrise, but we are headed out for the sunrise that I have been looking forward to, honestly, pretty much since we started this trip. I don't know how to say it. It's squat.
We'll put it on the
Squabaha?
screen. We're going to say it wrong no matter what.
Yeah, I have no idea how to say it, but we are headed to pretty much the most iconic sunrise spot in the Tetons, and we're going to bring you guys along.
Well, made it out here about 30 minutes ago. Sun's starting to peep up. Let me grab the moon in there, and then here's what we're waiting on. Those bad boys to light up.
This East Coast curl might be a bit dramatic, but it was cold this morning. I've got a scarf on, I've got the ear warmers on, gloves, hand warmers, coffee, leggings, sweatpants, sweatshirt, puffer, scarf. If you come out here early and you're prepared, it's wonderful. Don't be cold, but the view is going to be insane.
Get here early, claim your spot. Tell people to get the hell out of your way.
So dramatic. Definitely worth it. Yeah. a whole bunch.
So we got here at like 5:15, 5:30. Sunrise was at 6:20.
I look so tired right
We got here probably about 10 minutes before anybody else did, so highly advise getting here probably about an hour before sunrise, so that you can get kind of the spot that you want and not be the inconsiderate person that some people are and jumping in front of people's photos. Really pisses some other people off, and myself. But get here early. Not a bad start to the morning.
Well, guys, we're gonna end it here for our
Week one of, we'll say part one of
Yeah.
Jackson Hole. Finished watching sunrise this morning.
Oh, so good, so incredible. Highly recommend doing that. But we actually have another week in Jackson Hole. We're just moving campgrounds about 45 minutes outside of downtown Jackson Hole. So we've still got a lot more that we're going to explore and share with you guys. But thanks for tuning in. This is our favorite place in the world. We've loved showing it to you. And
Thanks for having us Fireside.
yeah, thanks for having us Fireside. We're so excited to continue to show you why we love this area. And I guess we'll catch you on the next vlog.
See you soon.